If you want to solo travel and you're scared, you have to get past your nerves. Once you do it, it's gonna be life changing. Like, you have to do it. And I have a couple pieces of advice if you ever get to a point where you actually are willing to try it. First, go to countries that are known to be safe and friendly. Thailand is one of them. The Philippines is one of them. I'm pretty sure Mexico is one of them. Although I don't know the layout of Mexico, but a lot of people travel to Mexico and swear, especially Mexico City, and swear by the people there. Some places, people are kind of known for being cold or like just neutral. You don't want to do that when you're a nervous first time solo traveler. My second piece of advice is to use hostels. I love hostels so much, to the point where I was in Costa Rica for like a month and a half for some like dental work, right? And I got lonely. I'm an extrovert, you know, I don't necessarily go around talking to everybody, but I like the energy. I like being around the energy of people. So I just wanted to be in the presence of people. So what I did is I got a hostel for like the last 3 weeks. Even though I already had a whole rented apartment, I also got a hostel. And when I didn't want to be bothered and I wanted to take a personal shower, not in the communal bathroom, I went right back to the apartment. And if I wanted to be like around people, I would come back to the hostel. Sometimes I would sleep at the hostel for the night, right? Before ever stepping foot into a hostel, I would just associate hostels with the movie, is it a horror movie or thriller? I don't know. There's this old movie called Hostel where it was like a building and people were getting tortured. I never watched it, but I still associated hostels with that title, although I had never personally watched it, right? Once you get over the fear of hostels, I feel like you can have a better time as a solo traveler. And people will like run around acting like you're gonna be in some shed with like 7 people and you're gonna have a terrible time and you're gonna go in the bathroom and it's gonna be gross. But there are different types of hostels. There are higher quality hostels, and then there are some hostels where you're somewhere on a bed, $5 a night. I would choose, maybe as a solo traveler who's scared, I would choose a hostel that's a little bit higher quality, and of course you'll be paying a little bit more for a bed. I think it'd be worth it if you want to be around people, and some people are going to be friendly and try to talk to you. Some people are not going to be friendly. There are introverts in hostels. When I went to Thailand, I was staying at a hostel that I really liked, and I met a couple people, but a lot of the people in the hostel, they were there to take care of their business. They did not want to socialize, so it just depends. You'll meet all kinds of people. I think I was on my like third piece of advice or fourth, I don't know. Third piece of advice is to join, what is it, Meetup? Couch surfers. Couch surfers. Join couch surfers. It's been a while since I've used the website. Join couch surfers. That is how I was able to meet up with somebody in Thailand, and we went to go see a Muay Thai fight, and we hung out for the rest of the time that I was in Thailand. It's awesome. Like, I didn't particularly have an interest in seeing a Muay Thai fight that much, but it was another black foreigner that was there, and I was like, I want to meet her. So I went, and we ended up enjoying each other's company. She did not like my electronic music clubs, but we made do. If you ever get to a point where you do want to try traveling solo, I did look at your page. I know when you're a parent, there's also the burden of, if something happens to you, what are they going to do? If something happens to you overseas, you're their parent. So there's always going to be the burden of that. I feel that when I leave, and my son is in the States. Right now we're working on getting him a passport because I hate leaving him and I want to take him everywhere with me. But at the same time, I have more travel experience, so I feel more confident bringing him with me. But if you were ever planning to solo travel and you leave your child here, just know you are going to struggle with that. You know, mentally you're going to be like, oh my God, what if something happens to me? What if something happens to me? If you stick to countries, again, that are known for being safe and are known for being friendly, it will decrease that anxiety tenfold. You're always going to think about it. Like, even on the plane, you're going to be like, what if this plane crashes and I die? Like, what is going to happen to my child? But if you get to a place where you're able to take your child with you, that's even better. I would suggest maybe parents travel themselves first a couple of times and then start bringing their children with them, but they get to choose what they want to do. This is either like 4 or 5. I don't know. But going back to the couch surfers thing, there are other websites that you can find and you can use to meet up with people, so you're not necessarily alone. What happens is I usually bump into people and I end up spending chunks of the trip hanging out with that person. I know when I went to Thailand, I ended up meeting this wonderful Sri Lankan woman. She lived in London and she was there on a business trip. Me and her hit it off so well that she came to stay at the hostel that I was at. She got a separate room because you can get a separate room in a hostel, right? You don't have to be in bunk beds with a whole bunch of people. I just prefer to roll like that. But she got a room in the hostel that I was staying at because I said it was beautiful and I recommended it, and she ended up loving it. And me and her spent so much time together. We went on a boat. I would have never went on a boat if she had not convinced me because I am scared of water. We saw a lot of different museums together and we just had so much fun. I remember us having dinner and we were looking at one of the attractions. I don't know, we could see it through the window. I don't remember the exact name of it, but you can end up meeting some good people and spending time with them to the point where you don't have to be alone, but you do have to be willing to initiate conversation. So I don't know if you have that skill or not. If you do, you'll be fine. But if you truly want to go to Thailand, safety is the least of your problems. You will be fine. Matter of fact, you won't want to come back. That's how I felt. I was like, damn, I should have stayed here longer.